Hello dear students, a very good morning to all of you. In today's video we are going to discuss a new periodic property, that is electron gain enthalpy. Okay, so our today's topic is electron gain enthalpy, and in yesterday's video we have discussed ionization enthalpy. So let's recall ionization enthalpy first. What is ionization enthalpy? So as I told you that ionization enthalpy is the energy involved in the removal of electron. Okay, so suppose we are removing this electron from the outermost shell of this atom, then the energy involved in this procedure will known as ionization enthalpy, right? Now what will happen if we want to add the electron? So if we want to add the electron, then in this procedure energy involved or enthalpy change, we can call it electron gain enthalpy. Okay, so what is electron gain enthalpy? Electron gain enthalpy is the enthalpy change during the addition of electron to the atom. Okay, this phenomena we can represent by this equation. Suppose M is the atom here which we are using. Now after the addition of this electron, it will be converted into anion. Okay, and in this procedure enthalpy change, delta H is the enthalpy change during this procedure. So this enthalpy change is electron gain enthalpy. Okay, electron gain enthalpy is the enthalpy change during the addition of electron. Okay, now if we talk about the addition of electron, then the addition of electron can be endothermic as well as exothermic. Okay, now what is exothermic and endothermic? Exothermic procedures are those procedures in which energy is released, and oppositely endothermic procedures are those procedures in which energy is absorbed. Okay, so as I told you that in the addition of electron can be endothermic or exothermic, so it will depend upon the nature of the element which you are using. Okay, for example, suppose if I am using halogen here, so as we know that halogen represents NS2 NP5 type of electronic configuration. Okay, halogen means chlorine, bromine, iodine, fluorine. Okay, so as we know that halogen represents this type of general electronic configuration, so as you can see that after the addition of one electron, they will have the NS2 NP6 type of electronic configuration, and this electronic configuration is stable configuration. Okay, and as I told you that every element has the tendency to attain its most stable form. Okay, so to attain the stable form, they will easily accept the electron, and as they are easily accepting electron, so that's why energy will release in this procedure. Okay, so this procedure will be exothermic. Now suppose we are using inert gases here instead of halogen, then what will happen? As we know that inert gas has NS2 NP6 type of configuration, means they are already having stable configuration. So because of this stable configuration, they will definitely resist the addition of new electron. Okay, so if you want to add electron in inert gases, then you have to add electron forcefully. Okay, forcefully means you have to provide energy. Okay, so since we are providing energy to add the electron in inert gases, so it will be endothermic procedure. Okay, so in this way we can say that addition of electron can be exothermic or endothermic. Okay, now we'll talk about the successive electron gain enthalpy. As I told you in the case of ionization enthalpy, that we can remove more than one electron. from the outermost shell. Okay, similarly we can add more than one electron to the outermost shell. Okay, so what is successive electron gain enthalpy? Now suppose we are using oxygen here. So firstly we are using atom and we add one electron here. So after the addition of this electron, it will be converted into O negative. Okay, and the enthalpy change in this procedure will known as delta Eg H1, means first electron gain enthalpy, as we are adding first electron. Okay, now if we want to add more electron to the same species, then it will be converted into bivalent ion, and the enthalpy change in this procedure will known as delta EgH2. Okay, similarly we can add third electron, fourth electron, fifth electron, so we will get delta EgH3, delta EgH4 and so on. So delta EgH2 and so on will known as successive electron gain enthalpy, like successive ionization enthalpy. Okay, so these are the successive electron gain enthalpy, delta EgH2 and so on. Now one more thing that you should know, that a first electron gain enthalpy can be positive or negative. Okay, but the second electron gain enthalpy will always be positive. Okay, remember this thing. And for first electron gain enthalpy, remember one more thing, that most of the element will show negative electron gain enthalpy. Okay, only few element will show this type of electron gain enthalpy, like positive, like inert gases or same type of element. Okay, which has the stable configuration. Okay, so remember this thing, that first electron gain enthalpy is most of the time negative and second electron gain enthalpy is always positive. Okay, now let's see the reason behind it. So reason behind it is that in first case, as you can see, that we are adding electron to the neutral species, as we know that atom is neutral. So in this case it is easy to add this electron with this species, okay, this neutral species. So that's why in this case energy will release and we will get negative value of electron gain enthalpy. So basically negative value represents the release of energy, negative sign represents the release of energy. Okay, now in second case, here we are adding electron to the anion. Okay, so as we know that electron has negative charge and it is also having negative charge, so because of the same charge they will repel, and to overcome this repulsion we have to provide energy. So since we are providing energy here, that's why it will always be positive. Okay, the second electron gain enthalpy will always be positive. Okay, so this is the reason behind positive and negative values. Now we will talk about the variation of electron gain enthalpy in periodic table. Okay, electron gain enthalpy. First we will talk about the period. So as I told you that in period this type of condition occurs. Suppose this is the first element, this is the second element and this is the third element. Okay, and we are moving from left to right in a period. So when we move from left to right, the number of orbit will remain same and nuclear charge will increase. Okay, so as a nuclear charge is increasing but number of orbit are constant here, so it will be easy to accept the electron, because when we move from this atom to this atom, then because of the large nuclear charge it will hold the new electron more strongly than this, because it has more nuclear charge than the first. Similarly, if we talk about this element, so in this element number of orbits are same as it is having, but the nuclear charge is much more than the previous element. So that's why it will hold the new element more strongly than the previous one. Okay, so in this way, when we move from left to right, we will see because of the increase in nuclear charge and the constant number of orbit, electron gain enthalpy increases. Electron gain enthalpy increases means we will get negative more and more negative value of electron gain enthalpy when we move left to right. Okay, now we will talk about the groups. So if we move in group, we know कि when we move in group up to down, then there is a addition of new orbit. So because of the addition of new orbit, nuclear charges also increases here, but because of the addition of new orbit, the distance between the nucleus and outermost shell is increasing here. Okay, so because of this increase, it will be difficult to add new electron because as the distance between the nucleus and outermost shell increases, so it will hold the outermost electron less strongly. Okay, so that's why when we add new electron, it will not hold that electron properly. So when we move up to down, electron gain enthalpy decreases. Electron gain enthalpy decreases means we will get less negative value when we move up to down. Okay, so this is all about the variation, successive electron gain enthalpy and electron gain enthalpy. Okay, now we'll talk about the factor affecting. So next topic is factors on which electron gain enthalpy depends. Okay, so first factor is atomic size. As I told you in groups that when we move in group up to down, size increases. So because of the increase in size, nuclear charge on the outermost shell will be decreased, and because of this decrease, electron gain enthalpy, we will get electron gain less negative value of electron gain enthalpy. Okay, so this is the factor atomic size. Now we'll talk about the nuclear charge. So as I told you about period, when we move up left to right, nuclear charge increases, and because of the increase in nuclear charge, it will be easy to add the new electron. Okay, so when nuclear charge increases, electron gain enthalpy increases, and electron gain enthalpy increases means we will get more negative value of electron gain enthalpy. Okay, now third factor, electronic configuration. So as I told you about inert gases, that inert gases has the stable configuration. Okay, so the element which has the stable configuration, fully filled or half filled, they will resist the addition of new electron. So in those cases we have to provide energy. So in those cases we will get positive electron gain enthalpy. Okay, so in this case means electronic configuration, if element has a stable electronic configuration, then we will get positive electron gain enthalpy. Okay, so these are the factors on which electron gain enthalpy depends. Now we will talk about the special trends of electron gain enthalpy in periodic table. Okay, so first is about halogen. Actually out of all the elements in periodic table, halogen has the most negative value of electron gain enthalpy. So what is the reason? We have already discussed the reason, that they are showing ns2 np5 type of electronic configuration. So after the addition of one electron, they will get the stable configuration. So that is the reason that when you add the electron to halogens, they will readily accept that electron and will show negative electron gain enthalpies. Okay. Second is delta Eg for chlorine is greater than delta Eg H for fluorine. As we know that in a 17 group, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine are present like this. Okay, means we are talking about the group. And as I told you in the variation of electron gain enthalpy in groups, that when we move up to down, size increases, and because of the increase in size, we will get less negative value of electron gain enthalpy. Okay, but in this case, for electron gain enthalpy for chlorine is much more negative than the fluorine. And what is the reason behind it? Reason is small size of fluorine. Actually fluorine has small size, and because of this small size, electron density is very high here. Okay, so as electron density is very high here, so when we add new electron, then there will be a huge repulsion, and because of this repulsive force, new electron, we have to provide energy to add the new electron. Okay, but if we talk about the chlorine, okay, if we talk about the chlorine, then in case of chlorine, size is bigger. So due to the bigger size, it is easy to add new electron. Okay, so in this case we will not provide any energy. So in this case, energy will release by the atom. So that's why chlorine has less negative value of electron gain enthalpy than fluorine. Okay, now third, (18) group and second group element. Actually 18 group element means inert gases, and second group element means alkaline earth metals. Okay, so these the general configuration for these elements are like this: ns2 np6. This is the general electronic configuration for 18 group. Okay, and for 17 ns2, sorry, for second group. For second group, electronic configuration is like this, and for 18 group, electronic configuration is like this. And as you can see here, that both the configurations are completely filled, means both the electronic configurations are stable. So if you want to add the electron in these elements, okay, in 18 group elements or in second group elements, then you have to provide energy. Okay, so because we are providing energy to add the electron, that is the reason that 18 group element and second group element will show positive electron gain enthalpy. Okay, they will show positive electron gain enthalpy. So this is the next special trend of electron gain enthalpy. Okay, now last, nitrogen has positive electron gain enthalpy. Okay, same reason is for nitrogen, as nitrogen shows 1s2, 2s2, 2p3 type of electronic configuration, which is half filled. Okay, so because of this stable configuration, if you want to add electron in nitrogen, you will provide the energy, and since we are providing energy, that's why it will show positive electron gain enthalpy. Okay, so these are the special trends of electron gain enthalpy, and these are the factors on which electron gain enthalpy depends. Thank you.